is Christine Wang, and I believe you have already seen this picture. But what about this picture? And that picture? And that one? Today we are going to talk about appropriation. But be careful, it's appropriation by itself, not cultural appropriation. So first, what is appropriation? In the art world, appropriation refers to using the pre-existing article or images without alternating the original work. And actually, in the article that we've read in class about How to Do Nothing by Jenny Odell, it gives a definition said, appropriation is an act of reinterprets, annotates, propose new meanings of what we already have.
Jenny Odell mentions appropriation when she is explaining her appreciation towards doing nothing. She said that I'm not lazy, but the most I have ever made or constructed is a new perspective on something that already existed. In Jenny Odell's article, she also provides a lot of examples showing that even though she has done a lot, but she is actually making nothing. She is just modifying the things has already existed. She said, I'm not doing anything to these images except removing the text and cropping them. Jenny Odell thought that all the work she has done was basically appropriating others' work instead of making new things. So this led to her discussion about Richard Prince and his appropriation work, and one of the greatest controversial topics in the appropriation community, whether appropriation is plagiarism or not. Sam Abell was a photographer. On 2008, Richard Prince took his Marlboro cigarette advertisement photograph and appropriated it into one of his cowboy series. Here's an interview piece where Sam talked about his thought on appropriation.
It's legal, technically legal for him to do that. If you're the originating photographer, it's a curious experience to, first of all, see it, and second of all, to see the value that's put on it by the art community. And I tried to get into the mind of Richard Prince as he chose to copy that photograph of mine and make a lot of money off it. Also get into the mind of the museum.
Whether appropriation should be totally prohibited is still being discussed, but Sam Abell did say that he is really interested in seeing how his work has changed and all the new values that Richard Prince has put on his work after appropriation. Actually, appropriation has long been a very powerful tool in conveying messages, whether it is for political reason, just to tell a story, or just to inspire people.
The previous Obama optimism appropriation assisted him in winning the election, and here's another art appropriation that borrows the narrative and composition from Picasso's work, intended to ask people to remember Picasso. Both examples are all appropriation used on a good intention. So whether appropriation is really good or bad, it should be used, it should not, does not have a definite answer. But for me personally, I think appropriation can be used as long as you contact the original author or you cite their source, just like writing, and use it on a good intention. Then that's totally fine to just borrow some ideas, make modification, and make it your own work. Every time I went to New York, I saw all those gift shops with I Love New York sign on it, and that sign was actually designed in 1975 by Milton Glaser. This I Love New York sign design was definitely a clear favorite, because later on, this design was used by a lot of other cities and countries to show their love for their place. Just to wrap up, appropriation has been used prevalently in the art community and in our daily life. And actually, we are learning from other people's ideas all the time, and it is really hard for us in today's society to create something completely original because all the small elements that in our creation are learned from other people. So probably just like Jenny Odell said, we are doing a lot of things, but we're actually making nothing because all the things we're doing is modifying the things that has already existed. And that's totally fine because that's the point of history. And as long as appropriation was used on a good purpose and on conveying really good messages or used on educational or political purpose, I think that's a good thing. And that can be continued. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye.